I don't know about you, but the older I get, the finer I get, the richer I get,
That is
the
an
smarter
illusion.
I get.
That is
It's not
an
no
illusion.
delusion. I mean, I can show you pictures.
Okay.
I can show you stats.
Okay, no, I'm gonna show you a stat right now.
Problem.
No, hold on. Let me ask a better question. Why should he handle you?
Because I'm worthy of it.
Really?
Of course.
Okay, goddess.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. Why should he handle you at 38 with 2 children when he can go ahead and deal with someone who's 18, no children, doesn't have to handle her, no kids, and quite frankly is probably a better long-term investment for him for a relationship?
How did that make sense?
Is his
How did that make
Because
sense?
it
An
makes, hold
18-year-old?
on.
So she is 40 and says, if you can't ride a horse, hunt an elk, or listen to country and love the mountains, and I'm not interested.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious!
I want to tell you a joke at the beginning of this video. Listen to it. I once met a 40-year-old woman who said she wanted a high-value man, 6 feet, 6 figures, and 6 packs. How funny is my joke? I mean, that is one of the funniest things in the dating world. That joke is way more funny than anything Dave Chappelle can make. This is the problem of modern women. Young and old, they never learn. You see women in their late 30s and 40s, trying to dress and look like girls in their 20s and feel like they are the same. Queens never retire, they say. That's so messed up. I did a video one time on a woman who divorced her husband of 20 years old because she wanted to explore. And it's not just her. There are a lot of women like that who look at young women and envy them and seek every opportunity to get away from their commitment obligations and to explore to find a man that can give them the experience of their life, going on dates and doing all things on their list. Now this is where it gets tricky for them. They want a Chad who is ready to commit, and I just be like, men, these comedians need to get jokes from these women. How come a woman in her 40s with kids? How come you still have a list of what you want men to check before you can consider them? Is the wall now weak? I hope not. Let me share some of what I have heard modern women in their 40s say. I am too old for situationships. I want a real man who is ready to commit. I want a religious man. No kissing or sex for the first few months so that I can know what you really want. Take me out on a lot of dates. I want a man with just a few kids, and I will prefer if he has none. And I am like, hello, you are old and have kids. We are not talking body counts here. You had a man make kids with you, and he left you. You should be telling younger women to give up their list and get their head fixed, or else they might end up like you. Instead of thinking you are some old queen of some kingdom and there are men all over, and if you need one, you just have to make an announcement. I used to see lots of things online about why dating women in their 40s is better, and some of the reasons are, an older woman is mature, she is experienced sexually, emotionally, and in other areas, and she is more stable, and all of those other bullshits. And I just think about it. If all those things I just listed as an advantage for them, why do men in their age gap choose not to go for them, but go for the younger ones instead? Well, it is easy for bloggers to write things without facts and experience, but reality is the judge of things. The reality is that these women in their 40s have needs and desires that have been bottled up, and they want a guy that will fulfill. That's why they have a long list of things that men don't want to deal with, and they just go for women, younger, happier, and with fewer troubles.
If I'm still single at the age of 40, in 20 years when I turn 40, I am gonna have an even longer list. I don't even have a list now, but if I'm 40 and still single, I'm making a list at midnight on my 39th birthday, okay? It's gonna have stuff on there that's real specific too, because if I've been dating me, perfection, for 40 years, then you gotta be perfect too. I'm gonna be like, oh, the second toe is longer than the big toe? Can't date him. How many boats does he have? Just one. Can't date him. If he has kids and the kids are ugly, I definitely can't date him, because the sperm is lacking, babe. It needs to be perfect, truly perfect for me to date you at 40 years old. Oh, speaking of children, yeah.
This is the problem of modern women. She said she is going to wake up the night before she clocks 40 to write her list. And this proves to me, which is pretty obvious, that older women are still young. Modern women that didn't fix their delusions. It only gets worse at that time because there are fewer men now. And the men they have always had were the non-committers, because they have rid themselves of good masculine experience, because they rejected all the good men and they think they have changed, but they are just as delusional as they used to be, but only thinking they are now a serious and experienced person, whereas they are just a serious and experienced delusional women. Let's read some of the comments of the video. Not me in my mid-40s watching this, but seriously, find a man with good morals who treats you like gold, and keep him. Trust me on this. This woman has realized that all those things women in their 40s demand are bullshits, and she is just advising women to just find a good man with good morals that would treat them like gold. Again, for this comment, I am going to say that no woman should demand to be treated like gold. If she does not have the values of a gold, the whole bunch of modern women are clays, both the young and old, and they out here asking men to treat them like gold. No, that's a scam attitude. I can't see you finding any man because you are perfect. No man is going to meet your expectations, girl. This is the real one. As I was going through the comments, I saw that many of the women in the comments section are in their late 30s and mid-40s, but some still made sure they shared their wisdom with her, which is, there's no man on earth that can meet 40-plus women expectations, because you are at a certain point where what you need to get a man is a high level of humility and submission, and in fact, lots of compromises. And yet, you still give men criteria. Even at 40, good luck on finding the simp you are looking for.
Insanity. The definition. Doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. You have 40-year-old plus women competing with 20-year-old women for the same man and thinking they have a chance to outdo the 20-year-old with no kids. Insanity. Red flag.
That is the height of delusion. When 40-plus women try to compete with young women, you find them on dating apps, singles events, and trying to take the sexy selfies, and this woman is trying to land a high-value man. Some even have it on their list, that the man should be ready to take care of their kids. It's crazy how modern women think they own the world, and that the world revolves around them.
The cope that these older attractive women use to try to justify their demands, their needs, their wants, and then, simultaneously also shame older seasoned guys that aren't choosing them and instead choosing other types of women is pretty funny. So one of the first points that she makes is 40-year-old women can look just as beautiful with plastic surgery as an 18-year-old woman, which is absolutely absurd and categorically not true. In fact, it's a flat-out bold-faced lie, if we're being honest. You'd have to have really bad vision worse than mine, to be unable to tell the difference between an 18-year-old beauty and a 40-year-old beauty.
So when these older women find out the reality that no man wants them or gives a fuck about their list, they get tensed and try to hold men responsible for their situation. And they try to accuse men of not capable of dealing with them, but wanting women that are impressionable and inexperienced, and that's the truth. We are saying the same thing. Men don't want to deal with the self-inflicted traumas of modern women, which they are not ready to admit it's their fault and not men's. That's all for today on Latest Juice. If you enjoyed this video, you might also like my previous videos. Remember to drop your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to hit that like button, click the subscribe button, and also turn on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. Share this video with whomever you would like to watch it. Thanks for watching.